Everyone in Lagos had heard whispers of it, but few had seen it, and fewer still had returned the same. It was called the House of Complaints. On the surface, it was just an old colonial building nestled behind a massive iron gate in Ikoyi. Faded paint peeled off its high walls. A rusted plaque at the gate read, Federal Bureau of Public Grievances and Social Corrections. But the locals simply called it the place where voices vanish. And that's exactly where Alero Okonkwo, a sharp-tongued 26-year-old journalist from Ajigono, found herself standing one Monday morning. She had come to file a complaint, not for herself, but for her mother, whose small catering business had been shut down by a corrupt government official demanding bribes. But the moment Alero stepped into the building, she knew something wasn't right. The air inside was unnaturally cold, despite the Lagos heat. The fluorescent lights flickered. Uniformed clerks with blank expressions typed endlessly on outdated computers. No one made eye contact. The sound of shuffling papers was the only noise. She approached the front desk. A thin, pale woman in a faded Ankara blouse asked without emotion, nature of your complaint. Corruption in the Ministry of Business Licensing, Alero said confidently, placing the documents on the desk. The woman looked at her. A long, uncomfortable silence. Room 14. Third floor. Wait until called. No further instructions. No emotion. Just cold efficiency. Room 14 wasn't a room. It was a long, narrow hallway filled with broken chairs and flickering bulbs. At the far end was a single door with a metal number bolted to it. Alero waited. And waited. 1 hour. Then 2. Other people sat quietly, not moving, not talking. An old woman clutching a Bible. A teenage boy with bruised arms. A man in a security uniform with watery eyes. Finally, her name was called. A loud voice from a speaker hidden in the wall, Alero Okonkwo. Step in. Inside was Inspector Jide Afolabi, a tall, dark-skinned man with a shaved head and the aura of a man who had seen too much. His uniform looked military, but unmarked. No name tag. No rank. Just sharp eyes. You want to report corruption, he said, not asking but stating. Yes. I have documents and witnesses. He stood, walked around the desk, and looked her straight in the eye. You don't understand what this place is, do you? Alero frowned. I thought this was where justice begins. He laughed, dryly. Justice. Justice is just a polite way of saying who gets away with what. Before she could respond, the walls shook. Sirens blared briefly. A red light blinked above the door. Suddenly, Jide pulled Alero into a hidden corridor behind a shelf of case files. You're not safe here, he whispered. You were never supposed to file this complaint. Below the building, beneath layers of cement and colonial dust, was a secret archive. Thousands of old files, pictures, tapes, and evidence that never saw the light of day. Alero stared at shelves labeled with names she recognized, ministers, governors, even judges. Every file marked, classified, buried. What is this place? She whispered. A prison for truth, Jide replied. She turned to him. Then why are you helping me? Because I used to believe in it. I built this system. But now, I need someone brave enough to burn it down. The two of them began to leak files anonymously through secret channels. Overnight, Lagos buzzed with scandals, whistleblowers, confessions, resignations. The House of Complaints became the subject of online fury. But retaliation came swiftly. Armed men in unmarked cars followed them. Alero's apartment was ransacked. Jide was declared rogue by his own agency. Every contact vanished. Then, one night, as they prepared their final expose, one that implicated Senator Adewale, a kingmaker in Nigerian politics, they were ambushed. Gunfire. Glass shattered. Alero screamed as Jide pulled her down behind the desk. Smoke filled the air. He turned to her, bleeding. Take the files. Run. No. I won't leave you. You must. Tell the people. Light the fire. He gave her a flash drive. Their fingers locked for a second. Then she ran. 2 weeks later, the flash drive went viral. Major media outlets picked it up. Street protests erupted. Students in Abuja marched, holding signs that read, "House of Complaints equals House of Corruption." The government denied everything, called it fake. But the fire had started. Alero disappeared. Rumors said she fled to Ghana. Some believed she was hiding in the Niger Delta under protection. Others said she was dead. But then, a year later, a new anonymous podcast shook Nigeria, From the Basement, Truth Files from the House of Complaints. The voice was unmistakably hers. She was alive. And the fight had only begun. Lesson. Silence protects the powerful, but one voice of truth can collapse an empire of lies. Never underestimate the courage of one person who refuses to stay silent.